Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. This is Sunil. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you very much. Closing to 400 participants. Thank you very much for your trust. Okay. Thank you very much for taking time and attending this session. I welcome you all to this first session, Introduction to DevOps. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's stop the chat so that we can focus on the training. What's our plan for today's session? I'll give a quick introduction about myself. I will give a quick introduction about myself, followed with we'll have some time spending introduction to yourself. Okay, your participants are welcome. Raise your hands if you want to talk. Introduce yourself and why are you planning to take the DevOps course. And then we'll jump into the concept. What is DevOps? Even though you're completely new to DevOps, if you're zero in DevOps, not a problem. We'll understand in this session, we'll understand why DevOps is one of the most trending technologies. This is the right technology to shift in from your legacy technologies. If you want to plan to move to the latest technologies, one of the most recommended technologies right now in the market, you can check your trends in Google. One of the most trending technologies, and why DevOps is more trending, why DevOps is gaining more importance in the IT industry. And rest of all your doubts will be cleared in this particular session. Okay, so let's move on. My name is Sunil Kopabarapu. I have total 10 years of experience, out of which first 3 years of experience I worked in Oracle applications, ERP as a technical consultant. Okay. So first 3 years I worked in Oracle applications as a technical consultant. Then I have shifted my technology from Oracle applications to DevOps and AWS. So 7 years of experience I'm having in AWS and DevOps, and 3 years of experience I'm having it in Oracle applications. Okay. I'm based out of Hyderabad. I handle clients for DevOps as well as AWS cloud platform. This is my quick introduction about myself. I hope many of you already have exposed towards my training with respect to AWS. Let's have a quick introduction about participants from our batch. People who want to introduce themselves, please raise your hand. Definitely many are raising. We cannot talk to everybody. Let's have a quick discussion with a few of our participants. Naveen Sharma, good evening. Welcome to the session. How are you doing?
Hi Sunil, I'm doing good, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
this session. And about me, had a 14 years plus experience, work on the multiple technologies earlier, and around 8 years I'm in storage, and
Okay.
location is Noida. Still I'm working
San.
here. Yes, and
Okay.
basically, and so
Okay.
learning NetApp too. So NetApp is
Okay.
not there in my environment, so I'm learning that. So apart
Okay.
from that, I work on the hybrid multi environment on the storage. So EMC, 3 power, and all.
Okay.
So I'm as a L3 consultant working here. But
Okay.
in
Okay.
future, I'm looking for what are the because if I talk about the storage is going to be past thing in couple of years.
Yes, you are right.
People are moving to the cloud.
Yes.
So
No
with
on-premises in future.
yeah, yes. So that the technology is changing too fast. So we have to adopt
Yeah.
it through it. So
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
learning AWS with you in the morning session, and
Okay.
so I just want to do this DevOps course also.
Good,
So
Sharma. So I hope I will meet your expectations like AWS. Okay.
yes, and the second thing is that the timing, you keep it like 4:30. So 4:30 is like
Yeah.
working hours. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
in the evening or somewhere, it will be more feasible. But I
Yeah. The
will try to do.
evening slot is already occupied now. So that's the reason
Yeah.
this is one slot which is pending, and we're getting a lot of requests for waiting for
Mm,
new batch. So we have
okay.
scheduled at this point of time, but that's okay. Every session is recorded.
Okay.
As you know, in case if you're unable to attend a particular training, you can session, you can catch up the recording and get ready for the next session.
One
Okay.
question I have
Hmm.
related to the DevOps, with because I don't have any engineering background, with being as a software, I learn it in my BIT.
Yeah, long
Like the
back.
coding long back, and I already forget it. So what have I learned it? So
There's
is
no
there any?
coding, as you
Okay,
said.
no
There's no
coding.
coding involved, so you don't need to worry because we are not into developer track, isn't it?
Okay.
We are completely
Yeah.
into different track, so no coding here. Okay,
So I
Sharma,
just want to like when you go with the slides and all, I just want to go with the what is the DevOps and how we
you'll
can
understand.
achieve that.
Sure, definitely.
That is
Okay.
a quick question.
Thank
I'll be with
you.
that.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much,
Thank you, Sunil.
Naveen. Rupali Naitam.
Yeah, hi Sunil. Good evening.
Good evening, Rupali. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Your location and your experience, please.
Actually, I am from Pune, Maharashtra. My experience, I am a fresher. I am 19 pass out, but I am working as a QA from past 1.5 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So,
You have
I'm
one and a half year of experience in QA.
yes, yes. After I'm 19 pass out, so after my completion of engineering, I joined as a QA.
Okay. Any
So my
specific reason
question
why are you
is,
planning to come to DevOps?
sir, actually, it's now it's latest technology, and I don't know about the DevOps anything.
Mhm.
I check, I Google it, and I found there are lots of opportunities. So
Okay.
I'm
You want
planning
to
to,
switch your platform from QA to
yeah, because
DevOps or latest technologies.
yes, because I'm a
Okay.
fresher, so I will grab latest thing as much as possible.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay,
why.
Rupali.
So
Okay. Thank
it's
you for
my
your
good
introduction.
decision, sir. Or yeah,
Obviously, I say it as good decision. Okay. You need to finalize it. Okay. Thank you. Lokesh Kumar. Good evening. How are you doing? Hi, Lokesh. You are allowed to unmute and talk. You have raised your hand. Any discussion? You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Lokesh. How are you doing?
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Yes, tell me.
I am from Vijayawada, sir.
Okay.
I am a fresher, sir. I am not even a job. I am studying BTech third year, sir.
Okay. Okay. You're a fresher. Okay. You have not yet completed your
Yes,
graduation.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Good that acquiring new skills, especially if your company, if your college is having a fresher recruitment drive. Okay. Let's say
Yes, sir.
campus placements, having this
It
kind
is
of
okay,
latest
sir,
skill
to
sets.
learn this DevOps
Having these kind of skill
course, sir.
sets in your profile like AWS and DevOps, it add value. Instead of learning a traditional technologies like Java and .NET, you're learning latest technologies. I recommend you to do that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's have a couple of questions before jumping into the technology. Vishwanath Yahoo. Vishwanath R. Good evening. Please unmute Vishwanath. Amulya Yaramseti. Welcome to the session. Amulya, you are allowed to unmute and you can introduce yourself. Kumar Raja, good evening. How are you doing?
Hi Sunil, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for joining the session. May I have your introduction?
Yeah, I'm basically in a MR field and want to switch to this one. And I have a great interest in cloud and seeing to that DevOps is the technology that is acquiring. Going top more in that. So
Okay.
I thought of
Learning.
it. Yeah.
You know about DevOps or you're completely zero in it?
No, I'm completely zero about it. It's been a long time. I don't know about anything. I done this cloud, but
Okay.
with DevOps ever.
Okay, no problem. You yourself definitely will be comfortable in the DevOps technology. Okay, thank you for joining, Kumar.
Thank you.
Final session before getting into the topic. Tejas Patil. Good evening. Can you hear me, Tejas?
Yeah, am I audible, Sunil?
You are clear. You are very clear, Tejas. Welcome to the
Yeah,
meeting.
how are you? How are you? Thank you for conducting such a session.
Okay.
I
Very good
actually,
count. 460 participants. I've never expected this. Okay, good. Yes,
so
your question.
I did my BTech in 2008 and
Okay.
my masters, I mean MTech in 2012. And since
Okay.
then, I have been working in academics. So
Okay.
I worked as a lecturer and assistant professor in India as well as abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Okay.
now, I have lost my job due to this
Mm-hmm.
COVID, and
Pandemic.
now I'm trying. Yeah, and now I'm trying to search something which
Mm-hmm.
will help me, land up
Mm-hmm.
in a secure and safe position somewhere in a
Okay.
software industry.
What made you to select DevOps?
Actually,
There are a lot of technologies, isn't it?
yeah,
Artificial
yeah, yeah,
intelligence, machine learning. Okay. There are
yeah,
many
yeah,
technologies around, isn't it?
yeah. Actually, I have my own challenges. Like coding is something that I have never worked on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know little bit of Python, but
Mm-hmm.
I never worked on Python excessively or like
Okay.
rigorously.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Mm-hmm.
And I also have exposure to deep learning and machine learning algorithms
Wow.
and
You already have
fundamentals.
exposed. Okay. As part of
Yeah.
academic syllabus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, not as part of the academic syllabus. I was
Mm-hmm.
actually a full-time PhD student in Taiwan as well.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
just because of COVID pandemic in Taiwan, I lost my
Mm-hmm.
fellowship, and
Okay.
then I decided to come back. So I just came back into India to, I guess, yeah, 2 or 3 days back. I just came back to
Oh,
India, and
okay.
then
What?
I heard.
How did you know about this?
So I heard about you from one of my friend in Hyderabad,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gave me your number and this link and all. Then I
Mm-hmm.
thought of attending this session.
Okay. Okay. Are you aware of AWS?
Not really, but I have
Mm-hmm.
heard lot many things, and I have just gone through some articles. So
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think. I mean, I was thinking about three things. First of all, the first one was SAP. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know there is market for SAP right now or not. Then
Mm-hmm.
the second one was Salesforce, and the third one
Mm-hmm.
was this cloud-based cloud domain like AWS,
DevOps,
DevOps,
AWS.
Azure, and all.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So have you shortlisted or yet? Not yet.
No, 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 no. Actually, I'm still discussing with the expert like you.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. 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 I hope you'll enjoy this session. Okay.
yeah,
Tejas.
definitely.
And then
Yep,
finally, whichever the technology it is, I recommend you to focus,
sure.
acquire skills, and then break it, crack it. That's the path. No matter you are selecting Salesforce or SAP or AWS or DevOps,
Okay,
the path is the same. Acquire,
okay.
select a technology, master it, prepare your resume, attend
Mm-hmm.
the calls, crack it, get in. That's it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we have a lot of success stories from our previous batches. Okay. So every batch we are getting some success stories. I'm very much excited to share that, and hopefully we'll have many more success stories coming forward. Okay.
Sure, sure, sure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tejas. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
very much.
time. Okay. Okay. So happy to have your introduction, please. So let's move into DevOps. Okay. Even though you're completely zero in DevOps, even though you're completely zero in AWS, don't worry. Do not worry. Try to understand what DevOps is. Okay. Let's get into the subject. Before understanding what is DevOps, I want to discuss about SDLC. Before understanding DevOps, I want to discuss about SDLC. Stands for Software Development Lifecycle. I hope you already know the concept of SDLC. Stands for Software Development Lifecycle. I want to spend some time discussing about software development lifecycle. Okay, look at a scenario. Look at a scenario. Assuming a client like ICICI Bank, assuming a client like ICICI Bank needs an internet banking application. Okay, it's a ICICI Bank is a reputed private bank, isn't it? They need an internet banking application to their customers. So obviously, clients approach IT development companies like Infosys, Wipro, whatever it is, isn't it? Okay. Now, clients always gives the requirements to the IT industry, IT company. The software development company takes the requirements, agree, understand the requirements clearly, and they develop the project and develop the product or a project and deliver it to the client. This is typically what happens. Clients gives the requirement to the software development companies. Software development companies obviously takes the requirements, understand the requirements clearly. They take some time to develop the product. Once the product is ready, they deliver it to the client. So client starts using that particular product. This happens. Agree or not? When software development companies like Infosys, Wipro, whatever it is, takes the requirements from the client, they have to follow a streamlined process in developing a particular product. They cannot develop the product in ad hoc manner. There is step-by-step streamlined activities. There's a methodology. There's a process in which software is developed. The step-by-step approach using which the product is developed and deliver it to the client is called as software development lifecycle on a high level. Companies cannot develop the product in ad hoc manner or ad hoc fashion. Not at all suggested. You will never end up delivering the product to the client. They have to follow a streamlined, tried and tested, streamlined approach in which the software is developed and delivered to the client. This step-by-step, tried and tested models using which a software is built, a product is built and delivered to the client is called as software development lifecycle. There are many models using which you can develop a product and deliver it to the client. There are different models. You can develop a product. You, in a sense, IT companies can develop a product in different models. They can use waterfall model, the oldest one, the first model. In fact, we have spiral model, V model, agile model. There are different models using which a software is developed and delivered to the client. But I'm restricting myself in comparison with the two important models, which are mostly widely used. I want to discuss about two important models. One is waterfall model. First, I want to discuss about how products are built and delivered using waterfall model. Waterfall model is one of the first model in software development lifecycle, and it is right now not much used because it is suffering with some disadvantages. Well, I want to discuss about the waterfall model, how exactly product is built using waterfall model, and why waterfall model is not used in the current industry. We'll discuss about the disadvantages of waterfall model. I also want to discuss about agile model, most widely used in the current industry. Most of the projects are delivered using the agile model. I want to discuss about how agile model is different from waterfall model. What is the advantage the software development companies get when they use an agile model when compared to any other models? I want to discuss about agile model. I want to discuss about how exactly agile model is different from the waterfall model. What is the advantages the company gets when they develop the product using agile model? First, we'll have understanding about the software development models, software development life cycles, and then you'll understand the importance of DevOps. Okay. To start with, I want to discuss about a waterfall model. As I said, the waterfall model is a traditional model. In fact, the first model, highly successful model, the only model available in the IT industry 2 decades back. The only model which is available for the IT development companies to deliver product is waterfall model. The first model, highly successful model, is waterfall model. Okay, so I want to discuss about waterfall model, which was used in the IT development companies. To start with, let's discuss about a waterfall model. What is the step-by-step process followed in the waterfall model, and how exactly products are developed to the client when they use waterfall model. Let's try to understand. In fact, whether it is any model, whether it is a waterfall model or agile model, any model, the first step is a requirements gathering. Obviously, no matter which model you're using, you have to start with requirements. You have to understand clearly what exactly the client requirement is. This is how a waterfall model looks like. This is how a waterfall model looks like. In fact, not only waterfall model, every model starts with the requirements. The first stage is requirement stage. There will be regular meetings with the clients and the domain experts. There'll be regular meetings with the clients and the IT industry, IT development domain experts and the clients. And the IT industry will be, the software development company should be very clear in understanding the client. The most important stage is requirements. Yes, you are right. The most important part is requirements analysis, requirements gathering. If you take the requirement, if you understand the requirements wrongly, you end up delivering a wrong product, which is not at all accepted. The most important part is the requirements. There will be regular meetings between the client and the IT development company, and then they thoroughly understand exactly the requirements is. The first step, specific coming to our example, the first step is requirements. They clearly understand the requirements. What exactly the bank is expecting their application to work. The first step is requirements. Once the requirements is done, if you look at the second model, it's analysis. The first stage, as I mentioned in the slide, is requirements. Understanding the requirements, gathering the requirements is the first stage. Once the requirements is done, the second stage is analysis. In this analysis stage, the technology components are decided. The technology components are decided. What do you mean by deciding the technology components? How do we develop the product? Should we develop the product using Java? Should we develop the project using .NET? Should we develop the project using Python? What database we should use? Should we use Oracle database? Should we use SQL Server database? Should we use MySQL database? Should we use MongoDB? What application we should use? Should we use WebLogic? Should we use WebSphere for the middleware component? Should we use JBoss? The technology components are decided in the analysis stage. The first stage is understanding the requirements. Once the requirements is understanding, they decide the technology components. Once the technology component is done, the third part is design. In the design stage, the complete project or a product is broken up into modules. The complete product is broken up into modules. Consider an example like an ICICI Bank client. They break the requirements into modules. For savings account module, one module. For current account, one module. NRI banking, one module. Customer care, one module. Privilege banking, one module. Wealth banking, one module. Credit cards, one module. The complete product or a project is broken up into modules, as well as data flow diagrams are designed. How exactly the user interface should be designed, how exactly user experience should happen. How exactly the backend workflow should be designed. Clear? So the project or product is divided into modules and the data flow diagrams are drawn. That happens in stage 3, that is called as design. First, requirements. Software development company clearly understands the requirements. Analyze, they define the technology part, they decide the technology part. The complete project is divided into modules. The data flow diagrams are ready. The workflows are ready. Once it is done, then comes the coding phase. Then comes the coding stage. Here is the role of a programmer. If it is a Java technology, obviously Java developers. If it is .NET technology, of the .NET developers. If Python technology, Python developers. If it's Oracle database, SQL queries, SQL specialist, PL SQL programming specialist. So here comes the role of a developers. So developers takes the input from the design team. Developers will take the input from the design team and start developing the code and make sure that the particular code is perfectly behaving as per the requirements. Here comes the role of it. Developers are also called as programmers. Clear? Let's say development team has spent approximately 6 months of time to develop the coding phase. Let's say coding is completed. Once the coding is completed, obviously you can see the next stage is testing stage. Testing team will jump into action. Testing team will jump into action. They test the particular product which is developed. If it is manual testing, they do it manually. If it is automation testing, they use tools. So testing team will jump into action and test whether the application is perfectly behaving as per the requirements or not. So that is how once the coding is part, testing is done. If assuming the application is behaving as per the requirements, assuming the application is perfectly behaving as per the requirements, assuming the testing is passed, obviously clients will accept. That means we deliver the product to the client. This is how this step-by-step approach, a very beautiful approach, isn't it? A meaningful approach using which the product is built. This step-by-step approach is called as a waterfall model. Even the waterfall model is traditional model. It's an outdated model, but still it is used extensively a couple of decades back. It is used extensively a couple of decades back. This was the only model which is available for the IT development companies. I'm talking about 20 years back. Clear? This step-by-step approach is called as a waterfall model. Clear about this? Am I clear explaining the concept of a waterfall model? Am I clear about this? Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, once you clearly understand about the waterfall model, there are definitely some disadvantages. Even though it is highly used a couple of decades back, the waterfall model is suffering with disadvantages. The waterfall model is highly suffering with disadvantages. Any idea? Can anybody guess the disadvantages of the waterfall model? Please raise your hand. This is a waterfall model, and the waterfall model is suffering with disadvantages. Yes. Naveen Kumar, what do you think the problem with the waterfall model?
In the waterfall models, once they collect the requirement right from the client, and
Yes.
until the development is completed, they won't touch base with the client.
Yes.
That is
The waterfall model does not welcome the clients to give the new requirements. The waterfall model does not encourages the clients to give the new requirements. They freeze the requirements. Am I right? You're talking to that, isn't it, Naveen Kumar?
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. Satyanarayana.
Yeah, Sunil.
Hi, Satya.
Yeah. How are you, Sunil?
I'm doing well, Satya. How are you doing?
It's great. Like, I got an opportunity to talk with you in the class.
Are you from AWS also?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yes, Satya, your inputs on waterfall model.
Yeah, it's time taking and it's expensive process.
Very important aspects. You're right. First, as Naveen said, it freezes the requirements. Why the model is called as waterfall model? There's no concept of going back. Once the requirements is done, we need to move forward. Once we come into analysis stage, there's no concept of again taking the requirements. When a client wants to give the new requirements, we'll not encourage the clients to give the new requirements. And Satya, as you said, it is time-taking process. Next.
Very expensive also.
Obviously, when time increases, it increases the cost. Agree or not? Isn't it, Satya? Yes. So let's have a more understanding. Thank you, Satya. Let's have an understanding about the disadvantages of the waterfall model. Okay. Look at the waterfall. In the waterfall, how exactly water falls from top to bottom. In the same way, you need to move forward. There's no concept of moving back. There's no concept of moving back. Okay. And it is a time-consuming process. What do you mean by time-consuming process? Let's try to understand. Assuming there are close to 100 developers assigned for a particular client. How many developers? 100 developers are waiting to start the developmental activities. 100 developers. Assuming the requirements team has requirements to complete the requirement stage, it is taking assuming 1 month of time. What is the time taken to complete the requirements? There's regular meetings between the client and the IT development company. They have clearly understand the requirements, and time taken to complete the requirement stage is 1 month. Technology part, I think there'll be no much delay in the technology part. This is a design part. Okay, let's say they have taken close to 2 months of time for completing the design stage. Assuming the requirements gathering has taken 1 month of time, to complete the design stage, to break up into modules for the data flow diagrams, I have taken 2 months of time. The design team has taken 2 months of time. So that means the 100 developers are waiting for how many months? 100 developers are waiting for 3 months to start their coding part. Look at the waiting time. There's a dependency from one resource to other resource. Okay, there's a dependency. So coding team, developers will wait for the design team to complete their task. Coding team will wait for the design team to complete their task. Design team will wait for the analysis team. Analysis team will wait for the requirements team. There's a dependency between one team to other team. There's a waiting time. There's a waiting time. And try to understand, the project manager has given an estimate. The coding team project manager has given an estimate that they need 100 developers, and time taken to complete the coding part is, let's say, 4 months. The project manager has given an estimate that the time taken to complete the coding part is 4 months. For this 4 months, the testing team, assuming there are 20 testers, available in the IT development company, the 20 testers will wait for how many months? 4 months of time. Because testing cannot start without completing the coding part. Once the coding of all the modules has been completed, then they will move to next stage called as testing stage. So testing team will wait for the coding team to get completed. And coding team takes 4 months of time. So time taken for waiting time for the testing team is approximately 4 months. 4 months plus 2 months plus 1 month. Look at this, all the stages should be completed. Then only testers will be busy. So one resource will wait for the other resource to complete their job. There's a lot of dependency. Assuming testing has been completed, and they gave a report saying that 60% of the code is working fine, and 40% of the code is having some errors. This is the report given by the testing team. 60% of the code is working fine, and the 40% of the code needs to be fine-tuned. Again, the report will be given back to the coding team. So coding team again will take some time to complete this 40% of code, assuming that in 2 more months to complete the 40% of code. For this 2 months, again, the testing team should wait. There's a waiting time. Testing team will wait for the coding stage to get completed. The coding team will wait for the design team to get completed. Design will wait for the analysis and requirements. So one team will wait for the other team. There's a dependency. When there's a dependency, there's a delay. When there is a delay, obviously the project cost increases, the infrastructure cost increases, the salaries cost increases, the budget increases. And the client is not happy because it is very difficult to meet the deadlines. These are the disadvantages of the waterfall model. What are the main disadvantages of the waterfall model? Once the clients are given the requirements, they will freeze the requirements. Let's say after 6 months, once the requirements are given on January 1st, assuming the requirements are given on January 1st, requirements are freezed by January 1st. After 6 months, if the client wants to give some new requirements, let's say because of some quick changes in the industry, the new features are coming into the industry, they want to implement the new concepts. When they want to give new requirements, again, the waterfall model does not encourage the clients. They take the requirements, they freeze the requirements. Probably when the client wants new requirements, they can go for version 2. Got it? The waterfall model does not encourage the client requirements. There's a lot of dependency between one team to other team. There's a lot of waiting time, because of the which cost gets increases, and it's very difficult to meet the deadlines. These are the disadvantages of waterfall model, because of which it is currently not suitable in the current industry, in the current era. The most widely used, highly successful model in the current industry is agile model. I want to discuss about the agile model. Let's have a quick discussion about the waterfall model. It's difficult to estimate the time. It's difficult to estimate the time, cost of each phase. Once the application is in testing, it's very difficult to go back. There's no concept of going back. and changing the concept. Does not encourage the clients to give the new requirements. It's not good for complex and object oriented projects. It's not suitable for projects where the requirements are at a moderate to high risk of changing. When clients are changing the requirements, waterfall model is not at all suitable for those kind of clients. But in the current industry, the business is very dynamic. Clients keeps on changing the requirements. Your model should be robust, that it should accept the new requirements and deliver the new requirements. That's how your model should be. So waterfall model right now is currently not suitable for current era. So that's the reason there is one of the most widely used model we want to discuss about is agile model. Okay, so let's understand how exactly agile model is different from the waterfall model and why agile model is very successful. Let's try to understand. Look at the terminology. Agile model is also called as incremental model. Look at the terms. You have to use this terminology. Even the agile model is important for the DevOps resources. You have to use the term. It's called as an incremental model. Software is developed in incremental rapid cycles. Every result in small incremental releases with each functionality, which each release building on previous functionality. Every release is thoroughly tested and quality is maintained. Look at the terminology. Try to understand. I'll make this very simple for you. Agile model, agile methodology emphasizes an iterative. Look at the terminologies. What do you mean by iterative, incremental, evolutionary, incremental? Software is developed in rapid cycles. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's try to understand all this in a more comfortable approach. Assuming ICICI Bank is a client, they want this kind of application. They want an internet banking application to their customers. They have personal banking, privilege banking, wealth banking, private banking, NRI banking, business banking. There are a lot of bankings involved, isn't it? The different modules involved. Okay, how exactly agile model is different from waterfall model? Let's have a quick discussion. I think Naveen Sharma, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Are
hear
you
you.
the same person from?
Yeah, we started. We
Yeah,
started.
we have started. Yes, you're right. Okay.
So,
So Naveen, I want.
yep, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Let's try to understand how exactly agile model is different from waterfall model. In case of waterfall model, the traditional model, Naveen, in case of waterfall model, the
In
first
waterfall,
stage in waterfall model, the first stage is requirements. Am I right?
yes,
The requirements team will take the requirements of personal banking, will take the requirements of privilege banking, will take the requirements of wealth banking, takes the requirements of private banking, takes the requirement of NRI banking. Like this, they take the requirements of all the modules. Am I right?
yeah, that's
Once
right.
they complete all the modules, then they decide, then they declare it as requirements is done. Requirement stage is done. They take the requirements of all the modules. That is called as requirement stage. Am I right, Naveen?
Yeah,
What
that's
is
right.
stage 2?
Stage 2 analyze.
Stage 2 is analysis. That is not dependent on module. Fine.
Yeah.
Designs team. What the design team will do?
Um,
Design team will design the data flow diagrams and the user interface for personal banking. Design team will design for privilege banking. They design for all the modules. Once the designing is done, then they say that design part is completed. Got it?
yeah.
Naveen?
Yes.
Coming
Yes.
to coding part. Okay. They develop the coding for personal banking, coding for privilege banking. They code for all the modules and then they declare it as coding is done. This is how approach happens in case of which model? In case of waterfall model. Whereas in agile model, the approach is completely different. Look at this, try to understand, Naveen. In case of agile model, the requirements team will take the requirements of only personal banking. That's it. They take the requirements of personal banking module.
Mhm.
Once the requirement of personal banking is done, okay, then requirements team will move to next module. What is that module? Privilege banking.
Privilege.
By the time the design team, instead of waiting, they start working on designing the personal
Personal.
banking, parallel execution.
Yeah.
So requirements team is busy with privilege banking. The design team is busy with personal banking. Are you understanding,
Yeah,
Naveen,
that's,
the
yeah,
difference?
yeah, I understand.
Whereas, let's move to next step. Assuming the requirements is done for the privilege banking. Now look at this. Requirements will be busy. Requirements team will be busy taking the requirements of wealth banking. The design team will be busy designing the privilege banking.
Privilege banking
Coding team
and
is
then
busy.
coding.
They started coding on
Personal.
personal banking.
Yes.
All the three teams are busy. Parallel execution.
Yeah.
Look at the next step. That's more beautiful. Requirements team takes the requirements of private banking. Design team busy with taking the requirement, designing the wealth banking. Coding team, by this time coding has been completed for personal banking. Coding team will be busy coding for privilege banking. Testing team is busy testing the personal banking.
Personal banking.
Assuming testing is passed, at least they will deliver one module.
Yes.
There's no hard and fast that the complete entire project is delivered at one go. There is no such rule. At least clients are happy. Okay, one module is delivered. We can have some user interface, user acceptance testing. Agree or not?
Yes, yes.
Isn't it?
I agree.
So software is built in releases,
Okay.
incremental way, evolutionary. It's not one go at one go. Got it?
Yeah.
So if you see parallel execution, there's a lot of saving time, isn't it? Every team is busy with that particular module. Are you understanding? In case Agile will welcome the new requirements. Agile will never ask this, I will never freeze the requirements. In case of requirements, if the clients come up with new requirements, we take the new requirements in the same module, and the same team, they have parallel execution so that they can also embed the new requirements and deliver it again. Clear, Naveen? This is an approach using which the agile model is used. And obviously, if you see comparative analysis, agile model is more better than waterfall model, especially with respect to time. Agree? Because there's a parallel execution, Naveen. When the
And
time is saved, and when the time is saved, and the
I think
cost
the
is
cost
also obviously saved, isn't it? And clients are happy because we are able to meet the deadlines. What else we need, isn't it? So and they are well, and agile model welcomes the new requirements and changes in the requirements, isn't it, Naveen? So that's how the approach of agile model is completely different from the waterfall model. Okay, thank you, Naveen.
Thank
Okay, so we have an understanding how agile model is different from waterfall model, how agile model is different from waterfall model. So in case, if you look at a comparative analysis, in case of waterfall model, to develop a project, assuming the client needs 2 years of time, the software development company takes 2 years of time, the same product can be developed in agile model in just less than 1 year. 50% faster rate you can deliver the project. It's much more faster rate, 50% faster rate. Are you understanding? So when if a waterfall model taking 2 years of time, agile model will take just 1 year or less than 1 year time to deliver the projects. Obviously, when clients are happy, the software development team is also happy. What else we need? So the agile model is widely used and widely accepted all the world. If you look at if you search in Google, what is the best model in the software development cycle? So agile is the number one model in the current industry. Okay. Now the point is, but our concept is what? DevOps. The point is, right now the industry is in such a way, the clients are in such a mindset. They give the requirements now. Clients will give the requirements now. They are not even ready to wait for 1 year. When compared to waterfall model, agile model is very fast. But right now, the current era is clients are not even ready to wait for 1 year. They are giving the requirements now. They want the product to be delivered in 4 to 5 months. That's all. When you say that we deliver it in 1 year or 1.5 year, no, they're not accepted. They want the product to be delivered in much more faster rate. So when compared to waterfall model, agile model is speed. No doubt on that. But this speed is not also sufficient now. They want much more speed rate in which the product needs to be delivered. At the same time, quality needs to be ensured. So the point is, 50 top IT companies has done a research work for 4 years. 50 top development companies, software companies, has done research for 4 years just to understand the reason for delay, just to understand the reason for delay in delivering a particular product. No matter you are using waterfall model, agile model, there are some other models like spiral model, V model, there are many models. No matter whichever model you implement, but still the companies, the software development companies are experiencing delay in the product development. So they have done a research work for 4 years. Okay, the software development community has done a research work for 4 years just to understand the delay in the software development process. What exactly is causing the delay in the software development process? After doing a research work for a period of 4 years, they came with one single statement. One single statement. Only one statement is causing the delay in the software development process. The statement is, in spite of the model the company is using, no matter whichever model you use, there is a delay. And the delay is because of gap between development team and operations team. This is a statement after doing a research work for 4 years. The delay is because of gap between development team and operations team. Okay, this is the report. Let's try to understand what do you mean by the statement gap between development team and operations. If you want to understand this statement, the gap between development team and operations team, you have to understand what do you mean by development team. You have to understand what do you mean by operations team. Let's try to understand these two terminologies. Let's try to understand these two terminologies. Development team, operations team. Let's try to understand what do you mean by development team? What do you mean by operations team? Development team is pretty easy to visualize. Development team is pretty easy to visualize. Development team is nothing but group of developers. That's it. You're right. If it is a Java project, group of Java developers is development team. If it is a .NET, it's group of .NET developers. If it's a Python project, group of Python developers are development team. So development teams is easy to visualize. Fine, you are right. The group of developers are nothing but development team. Let's try to understand what do you mean by operations team. Let's try to understand what do you mean by when you understand what do you mean by operations team, then you'll understand the concept of DevOps. Development team is pretty easy. Everybody can visualize. Let's try to understand what do you mean by operations team. Okay. To clearly understand what is operations team, look at a scenario. Assuming a small software company of 100 employees. Can there be a software company of 100 employees? Definitely yes. Definitely yes, isn't it? Visualize. Satya, assuming there's a small software company
Yeah.
of 100 employees. Okay.
Yep.
If there are, if a organization, if a software development company is having 100 employees, do you think right from employee 1 to last employee, do you think every employee is a developer?
Oh, it could be some other
Exactly.
design.
Please
As
don't be under impression that every employee is a developer.
okay.
If TCS, Wipro, they boast that they are having these many thousands of employees worldwide, do you think every employee is a developer, Satya?
No,
Not at all.
yeah, correct.
Yes, definitely there are some team of developers. Assuming after 50, after 100, probably 50 people are developer. 50 employees are developers. Okay, I agree. There are other set of people, remaining how many people? Remaining other set of people, 50 people, they are not developers. They are
Non-developers. Okay.
non-developers. Because they are non-developers, you cannot ignore them. They are very critical. They are involved in the project. They are important. They are critical. Do not be under impression that only development team are very important. Only developers are great. Don't be under, we should not be under that impression. There are group of people. Obviously, out of, let's say, a group, small company of 100 employees, okay, 50 are developers, fine, very good. There are a group of 50 people who are involved in the project. They are involved in the project. They are providing their services to the project, to the client. But they are not from development team. They are non-developers. Obviously, we have to understand What could be the role of non-development teams? You may have a question, Sunil. Okay, you are saying that okay, not every employee is a developer. Fine. Okay, 50 people are developers. Fine, I agree. So you said that there is a set of people who are not into development team. So what do they do? What will be their day-to-day responsibilities? And I tell you, without this non-development team, developers cannot do a progress at all. They cannot even achieve a milestone without the group of people who are not developers. These people who are not developers, but they are very critical, they are categorized as operations team. Set of people not into development, but they are critical. Their services are delivered to the client directly. They're very critical. These set of people called as operations team. Let's try to understand what do you mean by operations team. What will be the responsibilities of a operations team? Once you understand what you mean by operations team, then you derive into the concept of DevOps. Let's try to understand the development team. Let's try to understand this terminology, operations team. What do you mean by operations team? Look at this. What will be the day-to-day roles of an operating system team? Satya, if a development team needs a Linux environment with some WebLogic or WebSphere administration with some Oracle 19c database and all this, do you think developers will install all this on their servers?
No, Sunil.
Isn't
There
it?
could be a infra team, local infra team.
Exactly, infrastructure team.
Yep.
The backend infrastructure team. So there are set of people. So without their support, isn't it, Satya? Development team cannot
Right.
progress at all.
Exactly.
So we cannot neglect them. We have to give utmost importance to them. This set of people who work very hard,
Right.
as an infrastructure team. So they are called as, on a high level, they can be categorized as an operations team, installing server hardware, installing operating system, configuring servers, isn't it, Satya?
Yep.
Development
Network
server,
issues,
a
yeah.
QA instance, a production instance, and making sure that the servers will be running 24/7, applying patches, upgrading, maintenance,
Firewall issues,
performance tuning,
whatever.
patching,
Yeah.
firewall, networking, security,
Yep.
storage, monitoring the servers. Who should respond when the server is down? Developers are very happy. They do morning time, happy 10
Right.
to 8, 10 to 7, and they go back. But there are people who are running, who are working round the clock. Operations team, monitoring the server, responding to outages, maintaining disaster recovery, IT security.
True.
So these are few, change control, version controlling, backup, disaster recovery, planning.
Yep.
So without these, can a development team make a milestone? Impossible. Impossible. So operations team. So there are people, set of people, they're very critical. Okay, there are people who are very critical. They does not belong to development team. They're not Java developers. They're not Python developers.
Yep.
Okay, but still these people are very important. This set of people who does not belong to development team or called as non-developers, they are categorized as operations team. Clear? Thank you, Satya. Thank you for your time. So the delay is because, look at this. Come back to our statement. The reason for delay after the research work. The delay is gap between development team and operations team. Yes. There's always a miscommunication happening. If you please check your previous experience. There is always a miscommunication happening between development team and operations team. Always. Development team needs Oracle 19c version database. Operations team, they're happily project manager sends an email. We need Oracle database 19c version by tomorrow. Can you please arrange? An email will be sent from the project manager to the operations team or infrastructure facility team, provisioning team. So what kind of replies you expect from the operations team? You'll get this kind of replies. Right now, Oracle DBA, we don't have a right skill set available. He may be on leave. You need to wait for next week so that our resource will come back and start provisioning the instances. This will be reason for delay. Second reason, we do not have the infrastructure. Right now, all the infrastructure is completely full. You do not give, please do not give us ad hoc requirements. Give us a prior notice so that we can provision the infrastructure. These kind of responses happens, this kind of communication happens between the development team and the operations team, because of which what's finally causing the delay in the software development process. So how can we, because the clients are nowadays, as I said, in the current industry, clients are not ready to wait for 1 year. Days are gone. Clients who used to give for 1 year, 2 years of time. Now the clients are not ready to wait for 1 year. Clients are giving the requirements now. They want the product to be delivered much more faster rate. At least they want to deliver module by module. Every month, one module needs to be released. So such kind of timelines can be achieved then only when there is a proper coordination between the development team and the operations team. Here comes the need for DevOps. Here comes the need for DevOps. The term DevOps, look at the slide. The term DevOps, is derived from two words. The term DevOps is derived from two words. What are the two words? Development team and ops team, operations team. The term DevOps derived from these two teams. DevOps is derived from these two terms, development team and operations team. So traditionally, there will be only two teams. Traditional approach, there will be only two teams, development team and operations team. When clients look at the statement, when clients implement, when the software development company implements DevOps methodology, DevOps is a methodology that should be implemented in software development lifecycle. DevOps is a methodology. When software development companies implements DevOps methodologies, which will speed up the software delivery. Okay, so DevOps is a methodology. Look at the statement, DevOps, and it's important. Here comes the need for DevOps. DevOps is a methodology. What it can do, it promotes the collaboration. Look at my statement. Look at it promotes the collaboration between development team and the operations team, which will allow deployment of code to production much more faster and automated way. Have you heard? Are you listening to magazines and news? Automation is the new future. Okay, isn't it? So what this DevOps is one technology which is driving automation, which enables rapid development of products. And this methodology, DevOps is a methodology, and this methodology can be implemented by tools. DevOps is a methodology. This methodology can be implemented by tools, DevOps tools. Okay. So in case of traditional approach, there will be only two teams, development team and operations team. But when the company uses DevOps tools, there'll be three teams involved in the software development cycle, involved directly to the clients. There'll be a development team, there'll be operations team, and there will be a DevOps team also in the IT industry. There'll be one more team. There's now a new team evolved that's called as DevOps team. The DevOps team responsibility is to push both the teams and helping the and finishing the and helping the products to be delivered at much more faster way. So DevOps is a methodology which promotes the collaboration, and that can be done by using tools. So what are the tools which are covered as part of a training course? What are the tools which are covered as part of the training course? What is the prerequisite for this particular DevOps? So all your doubts will be cleared now. Look at this. The prerequisite for DevOps is Linux. Most of the DevOps tools are configured and can be managed by using Linux commands. You don't need to be a Linux administrator. A basics of Linux is more than enough for a DevOps engineer. So we should be comfortable with basics of Linux. So that's the reason we start with Linux. And then we jump into the DevOps tool. The first tool what we learn is Git, source code management tool, as well as version controlling tool. Then we move on to Maven. Maven is a build tool, which is used in building an artifact. These are the DevOps tools. Then we move into Jenkins. Jenkins is called as CI/CD tool, stands for continuous integration and continuous delivery. The next tool is Docker and Docker Swarm. It's called as containerization tool, providing infrastructure in no time. If operations team is not responding, as a DevOps team, you can respond. You can provide the infrastructure, even though you don't know Oracle, but you can provide an Oracle instance to the development team. Provisioning tool. So it's also called as containerization tool. We'll learn about Docker and Docker Swarm. And then orchestration tool called as Kubernetes, we'll discuss, which is very good in demand. Then we'll discuss about Ansible, which is called as configuration management tool. And then we'll move into Nagios, that's called as monitoring tool. These are the tools which are covered as part of our training course. These are the tools which are covered as part of the training course. Every session is recorded. Every session is recorded, and after the session you get a link wherein you will get the session to your Google Drive, so that you can access your recording, and you can access your recording once in case if you miss a particular session, you can access the recording and get ready for the next session. That's the advantage of recording. And the session timings, like how we started, session starts at 4:30 and approximately 1 hour. Okay, more 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes. So this will be session timings, and will be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Okay, and very important, the most important, we can learn DevOps on different cloud platforms, but this DevOps is shown on AWS cloud. You can learn DevOps on AWS, you can learn DevOps on Azure, Microsoft Azure, we can learn DevOps on GCP cloud. Okay, so but this DevOps is not on AWS, so that's the reason I have titled as DevOps with AWS. I have titled as DevOps. So all these tools, whatever I have listed now, will be installed and learned on AWS cloud. Everything on AWS. Okay, because when you're going for DevOps engineer role, when you're going for a cloud engineer, when you're going for build and release engineer jobs, obviously they'll ask you on which cloud platform you have worked. Okay, so you have, as we are learning all these on AWS, you can confidently say these are the tools which I have configured and I have learned, I have exposure towards DevOps on AWS cloud. So this is DevOps on AWS cloud platform. Clear?
Sir,
Clear about this? One more point. Let me complete. If you have no idea on AWS, not a problem. Yes, you're right. We use only 15 to 20% of AWS concepts in DevOps. Okay, we use only 15 to 20% of AWS concepts on DevOps. So if you are zero in AWS, not a problem. You can jump into the course. Okay, because mainly we use EC2 service on when you're dealing with DevOps. So I make yourself comfortable. When I'm dealing with AWS, when I'm showing on AWS cloud platform. All your doubts will be clear. But I strongly recommend to acquire AWS skills exclusively. Okay, that's very important. If you want to really crack and switch your platform or get into the industry, I strongly recommend to acquire both the skills. Don't wait, jump into DevOps, parallel learn AWS. We already have started AWS. We again start one more batch probably in 20 days, but AWS skill set is very important. So this is DevOps on AWS course. Clear about this? So DevOps, many companies are implementing DevOps. That's the reason there's a surge in the DevOps professionals. There's a lot of requirement for DevOps professionals. Search in Google. DevOps trends in the year 2021. Look at this. The future is DevOps. The prediction of DevOps. The future growth of DevOps. Look at the study. There are many companies who are adopting these DevOps tools to speed up the software development process. They need DevOps professionals. The recent study, DevOps tool have achieved 5.2 billion in the year 2018, and they expected to go to 15 billions by the year 2023. Okay, so please go through this DevOps trends and DevOps methodologies, how exactly DevOps is booming. In combination of DevOps is highly in demand. So please utilize this pandemic time to acquire our skills and having cutting edge advantages with respect to other profiles to make ourselves comfortable in the IT career. Okay, so this is what I want to discuss in today's session. So I had an introduction about myself. We have quick introduction. You know what is the importance of DevOps, why DevOps is gaining its importance in the IT industry. So any questions, please raise your hand.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, Naveen. Yes, please.
Yeah. So as you said, as you are teaching us like a DevOps with AWS, right? If there is a vacancy with DevOps with Azure, still we can like work on the same, right?
You
Because
have to acquire. If you learn AWS, you can learn Azure in just 10 days of time. Okay.
Yeah.
If you learn AWS, so concepts are the same. The terminology, the user interface changes, Naveen. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
If you learn AWS, you can just acquire skills just 10 days on Azure, and the
Sure.
DevOps tools remains the same. Okay. You can implement it on AWS, or you can implement on Azure. The tools, the behavior, the commands will remain the same irrespective of the cloud and cloud platform. It's not dependent on cloud platform. Okay. Clear, Naveen?
Sure, sir. So we
Yeah.
can crack the interview, right? With this knowledge, DevOps with AWS, we can crack
Combination of DevOps with AWS. Okay.
DevOps with
Yeah. You are
GCP,
right.
or DevOps with Azure, anything.
I cannot promise on GCP and Azure, but you can because if you're confident on AWS and DevOps, go with it. Okay.
Okay.
And we are also planning to have a project session. We are inviting one project manager from one of the prominent IT industry. So I have taken his time, and he promised to give us a project explanation on DevOps. Once it is scheduled, we'll update you in the WhatsApp groups. That will help you to prepare your resume. We already have completed 2 projects. I hope you know it or not. There are already 2 projects which are completed and explained for our previous batches, and we are planning for one more project. Those kind of projects you can put it on your resume and showcase as your experience of close to 2 years. Okay, Naveen?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, please raise your hand. Gaurav Yereshwar.
Yeah. Hi, Sunil.
Hello,
Good.
Gaurav. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well, Gaurav. You're from which location?
I'm from Pune, Maharashtra.
Okay, many are from North India. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Please tell me.
My question is, what is the task for, means what is the daily task for DevOps
What are
engineer?
your day-to-day responsibilities as a DevOps engineer? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your question?
Yes.
You will understand once we get into the tools. Okay. Once we explore ourselves, once we experience ourselves with the tools, you'll understand what will be our roles and responsibilities. Okay. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I have a total 5 year of experience in Linux domain.
Okay. Have you heard of a success story recently? One resource got placed.
Yeah.
Huh?
Today I watch.
He's also from Mumbai. He was having 3.7 years of experience on Linux. Now he has successfully shifted his platform to DevOps and AWS. Okay. So
Yeah.
as I said, the approach is a tried and tested approach. First, acquire skills. First point: learn, acquire skills, prepare resume, start attending, crack it. You'll get
Yeah.
more number of calls because it's more in demand now. Okay. Pick up the technology which is hot in the market, acquire skills, get confidence, prepare your resume, crack it. That's it. Okay, Gaurav?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Sunil, can I ask something?
Yes, Tejas.
Yeah, actually, you spoke about 3 different clouds, right? One is
AWS, second one is
Azure,
Azure, third one is
and
GCP.
yeah. So which one is dominant? I mean, if
AWS is
someone
number
does,
one.
okay, and if someone
Okay.
does all 3, like a person like me, if I
Okay.
do all 3 clouds and DevOps, okay, would that increase? I mean, certainly it will definitely increase the chances of getting a job, right?
Having exposure towards multiple cloud platforms is always an advantage. Okay.
Okay. And yeah, and one more thing is like these sessions will be for how many days? Like
45
I saw.
days.
Okay.
And it will be daily 1 hour. It may extend to 50 also. Okay.
So every day 4:30, right?
Yes, you are right. Okay.
Okay.
So go to Gartner Maxis. AWS is number 1 cloud platform in the world. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You,
All right.
Tejas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Sujata.
Hi, Sunil. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I am. I can hear
Thank
you
you
very
so much
clear.
for the opportunity. Actually, I'm waiting for from last week.
I think you are the first person who joined in our today's session. Probably I think I
Yeah.
remember you. You have joined 10, 50, 20 minutes ahead of the scheduled time. Yeah, please tell me.
Thanks for the opportunity. And today I got a chance to interact with you. And my
Thank you.
question is like I have seen so many tools in DevOps, right?
There
So
are
is
close to
that
25 tools.
how many
There are
tools
there are close to 25 to 30 tools. Okay,
Yeah.
all our open source tools are all our third party tools. Okay, every tool
Okay.
built by some XYZ company. Okay,
Oh,
what we have picked up are popular tools which are available currently in the demand. Okay,
oh,
we
is
cannot
that
learn
all?
all the tools, right? So these are the
Yeah.
tools which are enough. Okay, so I have picked up the
Okay.
tools which are popular in every industry. So for
Mm.
containerization tool or Docker orchestration, Kubernetes is in demand. For configuration management, Ansible is in demand. So we have picked up Ansible. For source code management, Git is number one. For CI/CD, we have Jenkins. So I have picked up the top tools in each sector, and then we have designed the course. Okay,
It will be
Sujata?
these tools will be fine for DevOps,
Yes,
right?
yes, you are right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, anything more?
Thank you so much.
You're from which location?
I'm from AP, working
Okay,
in Bangalore, but
okay.
native place in AP.
May I know your total years of experience?
I have 8 years of experience in support
Okay,
role, working in
okay,
Infosys.
okay. It's good because you are from support role. Better to
Yeah,
upgrade ourselves, isn't it, Sujata?
yeah.
Okay, and it's
Because of
high
that
time.
only.
It's high time to make ourselves with this current industry trends. We should leverage our skills to have better opportunities. Maybe for internal job posting, or you want to change your platform or change your company. Upgrading is something which regularly we need to do. It isn't it, Sujata?
Yes,
Okay,
it's correct,
so I
Sunil.
hope you will have a wonderful learning experience. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Sunil.
Hello,
Sachin Manwar. How are you, Sachin Manwar? You are welcome and you are allowed to unmute yourself.
Yes, yes. Sorry. I was not able to unmute myself.
No problem.
So,
Sachin,
good
how are you?
evening, Sunil. Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Yes,
I
please.
have 2 years of experience,
Hmm.
and but currently I'm having from past 1 year
2 years
I'm
of
not having any
experience
job.
in IT industry or which industry?
Yes, yes, in IT industry
Which
only.
platform? Can you point out?
I was QA.
QA platform. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I was quite occupied in my health, like family's health issue due to this
Mm-hmm.
pandemic.
Okay.
My last whole year was occupied in that only. I
Okay.
left the job, and
Okay.
now currently I'm having like a gap of 1 year. So how do
Okay.
I deal with this thing? Like if we could.
First point, you have to acquire the skills and master the technology. That's mandatory. Okay, and
Yeah.
then you need to project as a DevOps and AWS experience. You need to project it in your resume. When you say that I learned DevOps and AWS, you will not get the call, Sachin. You have to say that I worked on DevOps and AWS. Okay, so you have to
Okay.
project that 1 year of gap or the previous gap also. You can better to have 2 years of work experience in your profile. So what kind of roles and responsibilities we need to place it in the profile? What should be the project explanation? I'll give you the sample projects. Okay, once you master the technology, you'll understand the roles and responsibilities. You will be confident attending the client interviews, and then you can clear it. Okay.
Okay.
But the most important
Okay.
point is hard work, dedication, mastering the skill sets, both AWS and DevOps. Okay, this is very important.
Yeah.
Take the advantage of DevOps, which is because it's a huge demand. There are a lot of very good professionals. When there are a lot of openings and there are very less number of profiles, so relatively you get a better chance to break. Okay, Sachin.
Yeah, but having 1 year of gap, like will it affect the calls rate? Like how would I be able to get any calls?
Fill that gap.
Like if I
Fill that
showcase.
gap. You have to fill that gap.
Yeah, with the skills and this thing, I can fill up that, like, the 2 years of experience. I can show it like
Show
I have
it.
done this AWS. Yeah, but I have 1 year of gap. How can I show
You
that?
have to mention that 1 year also I worked in so and so company. Okay. There are a
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
consultancies who provide the experience, isn't it? So you have to approach them. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, Sunil.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
one question.
Gaurav again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, what is the use of Terraform?
Terraform is all about creating infrastructure using code. Okay. If you write a code, when you run the code, that infrastructure gets created. Okay. That's
Okay.
part of cloud platform.
Okay. So that is not including our course, right?
No, that's AWS part.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sai Kumar Reddy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm what about you?
Doing well, thank you, Sai Kumar. Yes, your question, please.
Yeah, my friend said I think shell scripting is a part of
Shell
DevOps, right?
scripting is
So,
optional.
but
It's not mandatory. If you have shell
Okay.
scripting knowledge, it will be added value, but it's not mandatory.
Okay.
The only prerequisite is Linux is important.
Okay.
Amir Sohel, good evening. How are you doing? You are allowed to unmute, Amir. Welcome. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you, Amir. Please check your mic settings. Alain Henry, how are you doing?
Good evening, Sonny. I'm doing good. Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you pretty clear. Thank you for joining. May I know your location, your experience, please?
I'm joining all the way from Canada. It's like early
It's
in
a
the
very
morning.
odd time for you. You're from which zone? Pacific zone?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta.
Oh, okay. What time
Yeah.
for you now?
It's like 6 in the morning. It was so difficult me
Okay.
getting up. I'm
You
so
have to
sorry.
wake up early in the morning. Can you do it?
While they say there's no gain without any sweat, so I can make it happen, right?
Okay, so
You either
you are
want
ready to sweat out.
you either want to
Get the break.
join, you either want to be in the top 100% and do the job, or you stay asleep,
Okay.
right? So,
Okay.
yeah.
How do
So
you got to know about this training?
I got to know about the training from one of my friend, a colleague of mine. We all doing another course. So like we've been working for the past 6 months now on the same team.
Okay.
So he told me about your course. He's been with you in last batch. So
Okay.
he was the one that told me. So the way he was talking and the level of what we were doing the other course wasn't matching up. So I'm like,
Thank you.
I definitely
Thank you.
want to.
How is
I
today's
watched one
session?
of the video too, right? So one of the videos was really good. It was very motivating. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta join.
Thank you. How is
So
today's session?
I'm sorry I'm late. I don't know if you covered it already in the
Okay.
like the session
Okay.
about the
Okay.
payment plans and what are the things that we're gonna be doing. So I just want to know if you covered some of them already, so I don't ask a question twice.
You can share you can look at the video, Henry. Okay, whatever you have missed. Any specific technical question from your end?
Okay, sounds good. All right. A specific question for me, technical question is it's gonna be that how does the field work? Like, how is it in the field? Is this gonna be my first year getting into DevOps? So,
Sorry, please repeat your question.
question is, how is the job experience? Like, how is the real life in DevOps?
How will be the day-to-day roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer or a build and release engineer? You will happen to understand it once you get into the actual subject. That is, once you start the tools, you'll understand the roles and responsibilities of each and every tool. So you have to wait, Henry, so to get into the practicals. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So that's all for today's session. I hope you have enjoyed the session. The continuation of today's session will be tomorrow. The continuation of today's session will be tomorrow at same time, the same meeting link. Like how you have joined today, at the same time using the same meeting link. Tomorrow's session is to understand how to create an AWS account, because there's people who are directly jumping into DevOps. For them, I will have a quick experience. I'll just quickly show you how to create an AWS account, and then we'll also we will jump into the Linux, because the prerequisite for DevOps is Linux. So we start Linux tomorrow. Thank you. Stay tuned for tomorrow's class. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.